The Ring of Fire is a major area in the basin of the Pacific Ocean where many earthquakes and volcanic eruptions occur. In a large 40,000 kilometers (25,000 mi) horseshoe shape, it is associated with a nearly continuous series of oceanic trenches, volcanic arcs, and volcanic belts and plate movements. It has 452 volcanoes, more than 75% of the world's active and dormant volcanoes. The Ring of Fire is sometimes called the Circum-Pacific Belt. About 90% of the world's earthquakes and 81% of the world's largest earthquakes occur along the Ring of Fire. All but 3 of the world's 25 largest volcanic eruptions of the last 11,700 years occurred at volcanoes in the Ring of Fire. The Ring of Fire is a direct result of plate tectonics. The movement and collisions of lithospheric plates, especially subduction in the northern portion. The western portion is more complex, with a number of smaller tectonic plates in collision with the Pacific Plate from the Mariana Islands, the Philippines, Bougainville, Tonga, and New Zealand. The 1991 eruption of Mount Pinatubo is the world's second largest terrestrial eruption of the 20th century. Successful predictions of the onset of the climactic eruption led to the evacuation of tens of thousands of people from the surrounding areas, saving many lives. But as the surrounding areas were severely damaged by pyroclastic flows, ash deposits, and later, layers caused by rainwater remobilizing earlier volcanic deposits, thousands of houses were destroyed. Mayon volcano is the Philippines' most active volcano. It has steep upper slopes that average 35–40 degrees, and is capped by a small summit crater. The historical eruptions of this basaltic andesitic volcano date back to 1616, and range from Strombolian to basaltic Plinian eruptions. Eruptions occur predominantly from the central conduit, and have also produced lava flows that travel far down the flanks. Pyroclastic flows and mudflows have commonly swept down many of the roughly 40 ravines that radiate from the summit, and have often devastated populated lowland areas. Taal volcano has had 33 recorded eruptions since 1572. A devastating eruption occurred in 1911, which claimed more than 1,000 lives. The deposits of that eruption consist of a yellowish, fairly decomposed, non-juvenile tephra with a high sulfur content. The most recent period of activity lasted from 1965 to 1977, and was characterized by the interaction of magma with the lake water, which produced violent phreatic and photomagmatic eruptions. Although the volcano has been dormant since 1977, it has shown signs of unrest since 1991, with strong seismic activity and ground fracturing events, as well as the formation of small mud geysers on parts of the island. Canlaon volcano, the most active volcano in the central Philippines, has erupted 25 times since 1866. Eruptions are typically phreatic explosions of small to moderate size that produce minor ashfalls near the volcano. On August 10, 1996, Canlaon erupted without warning, killing British student Julian Green and Filipinos Noel Tragico and Neil Perez, who were among 24 mountain climbers who were trapped near the summit. The Big One is a hypothetical earthquake of magnitude 8 or greater that is expected to happen at some point somewhere along the fault line of the Ring of Fire, and California, with its San Andreas Fault, has been touted as a possible destination. The average frequency of such an event is 1 every 300 years. The last one was in year 1700, and have led to fears of the earthquake being overdue, and could strike any time. However, experts have denied there is anything to worry about. Geologist Eric Clemente said the likelihood of the Big One happening in the next 50 years is about 4.5%. In a report from the USGS, it said, "The data show that at many places along the San Andreas Fault, we have gone past the average time between large earthquakes. Since we have exceeded the average, many people use the term overdue, but it's more complicated than that." The USGS also urges people not to believe in predictions. The report said, "We do not understand earthquakes well enough to know exactly where the next earthquake will occur, what the magnitude will be, or exactly when it will happen." The Ring of Fire stretched from New Zealand, northward along the coast of eastern Asia, and across the Aleutian Islands of Alaska. From there it heads south along the west coast of North and South America. Countries at highest risk of being struck by an earthquake in the Ring of Fire are in the U.S. West Coast, Chile, Japan, and Pacific Islands like the Solomon Islands. Other countries along the fault line include Mexico, Antarctica, Russia, Papua New Guinea, Indonesia, Canada, Peru, Taiwan, Philippines, and Guatemala.